on what the Israelites are teaching. What does the Bible mean when it says in Romans 9:13, and as it is written, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated? Does God hate men?
All right, Romans 9:13.
Romans chapter 9, verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved,
Jacob I love.
but Esau have I hated.
Why did he love Jacob? Because Jacob was a righteous man. He lived a righteous life. Why did he love Esau or hate Esau? Esau was totally the opposite. Now, the Hebrew Israelite brothers, this is what they the way they try to make it is Jacob represent black folk and Esau represent white folk, and God gonna destroy all white brothers and sisters in the earth, and the only one that's gonna be in the kingdom of God is black folk.
Shalom, Yasharallah. And Shabbat, Shalom. This your brother Yahakarab coming at you with another quick hit. Hopefully I can make it quick. But that's not my intentions. My intentions is to proclaim the truth of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. I just don't understand it. What is wrong with our people? Dumb, blinded, deaf, and stupid. But before I continue, let me start off by giving all praises to my father and my big brother Yahushua Mashiach. Call Elohim La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles, the big brethren of Great Millstone, and to the rest of the brethren on down that's teaching and preaching this truth. Shalom Bayata Davada, and to the Akim and Akwatium that's out there repenting. Shalom to you, Mashbaka, and Barakatham. I just want to get into, what's wrong with our people? You don't want this? You got this simple suit and tie, coon-ass motherfucker using the words of Yahweh deceitfully, trying to keep you in some sleepy, dumbed-down state. Trying to keep your ass in a dumbed-down state of mind, man. Like, don't want you to get it. Ain't feeding the sheep, man. He ain't feeding the flock of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man. He one of those ravening wolves trying to scatter the sheep of the flock, man. And scattering the sheep of the flock is not telling them the truth. Keeping them in that dumbed down slave mentality. Running around talking about black this and black that. Man, fuck some black shit. That you ain't got no way, you ain't got no culture. A black person's culture is whatever the heathens say, that's what they go. That ain't no culture. What the Most High is presenting to you, what he giving back, what he offering back to you, that's a culture. That's a heritage. What's wrong with our people? You don't want this right here? What it's saying, Daniel 7 and 18. You don't want this? Are you serious? You don't want this? You want Edom's kingdom to rule forever. You don't want this to come to pass? You don't want to come into to the point to where you have a hand in this and this is being fulfilled? You got to be crazy if you don't. Let's read it. Daniel 7 and 18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom. What does the kingdom consist of? The whole earth and everything in it. You don't want that? And possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. It ain't gonna be no end of it. All the other kingdoms, it was not of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Although he placed the rulership in these kingdoms in their hand, but it's not of him. Those kingdom is ruled, given over to Satan to rule these heathens in these wicked ass kingdoms. That's why they have an end to it. Just like death has an end to it. But Yahweh King kingdom is going to endure forever. It ain't no end of that. Why? Because it ain't no end of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Death don't exist around him. It ain't nothing but everlasting life. But I just don't get it. Why people don't want this? Why people don't want this? I don't understand it. Let's get into these scriptures. Let's bring out a few before, because I don't understand why they don't want this. Let's get into the scriptures. Let's go to, let me see. Let's go to Ecclesiastes. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 10:7 verse. Ecclesiastes 10 and verse 7. I have seen servants upon horses, and princes walking as servants upon the earth. Now, what's going on here? I have seen servants upon horses. Who is the servants? The real servants. These heathens have been in a higher state. They have been above who? And princes walking as servants upon the earth. Who is the princes? I'm just going to put it like this. The men first begins at us. The men and the women of the nation of Israel. Because the men, we are the princes. Yasharallah. Princes of Yahweh. Or princes of power. We are the princes that was walking as servants, slaves upon the earth. Why? When you had the servants riding upon horses, you had them sitting and riding on their high horse, living it up. And the real princes, the real rulers of the earth been walking around, low is all out, low is all out shit, man, I don't know what to say. I'm trying to keep it clean. Low is all out, as low as you possibly can go upon the earth. This is what you want? You want to stay like this? You got to be out your mind if you want to stay this way. You should be wanting and desiring to come out of this position. Let's go to another one. Lamentations. Lamentations, we're going to go to 5. Slock you. Let's go down to 7 and read these 2. Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have borne their iniquities. What is the iniquities of our fathers that we have borne? What is it? What is it? Let's find out. Servants have ruled over us. So what have the servants of the earth have done? They have ruled over the real rulers of this earth. Why? Because of our iniquities, man. Don't you want to come out of that? Repent and come out of your iniquities so you can receive this great reward, so you can receive these blessings? Because the blessing of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua towards his children, us, the children of Israel, Hebrew Israelites, is that we rule this place in righteousness. Why you don't want to come out of this estate? Why you don't want to fucking come into your rightful way of life, man? You want to stay this way? You want to keep this like this? Let's read it again. Lamentations 5 and 8. Servants have ruled over us. There is none that do it, deliver us out of their hand. Why? Ain't nobody gonna deliver us out of his hand. but Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. But it's a condition. It's something we do first before we can be delivered out of the hand of these wicked motherfuckers. These servants of ours who was created for our sakes. They was created for us to rule over them. They was created to serve us. But our people don't want this. You don't see the bigger picture. But you'd rather listen to some suit and tie wearing ass motherfuckers telling you that everybody gonna be living up in the kingdom. I heard the hell out of that. Let me hold and try to keep it clean. Let's move on to the next one before I start. Cause this ain't even, I'm just reading these first. Now let's go here. Bear with me, Yasharala. Bear with me. Let's grab 2nd Esdras 6. And I'm going to start at 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. All this have I spoken before thee, O Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, because thou madest the world for our sakes. What did he say? Read it again. 2nd Esdras 6 and 55. All this, Slakia, all this have I spoken before thee, O Yahweh, because thou madest the world for our sakes. Let's move here. 7, 10, and 11. And I said, is it so, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua? Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion, because for their sakes I made the world. And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done. What's decreed that now is done? That the world is created for the sake of the Israelites and everything in it. Trees, animals, livestock, trees, fruit, vegetables, everything. People, they all created for us, for the uses of our uses. They created to serve us. You mean to tell me you don't want that? Let's go back to 2nd Esdras 6. And we're going to continue at 57. And now, O Yahweh, behold, these heathen, which has ever been reputed as nothing, has begun to be lords over us and to devour us. But we thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? So how long shall it endure? Until we get our act together. Until until we return and back into Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. And that's happening right now. Right now as I speak, it's happening. The real Hebrew Israelites, the real children of Israel, the real Jews and so on and so forth is returning back to the power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. But why do we right now? Why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? Why? Why we don't? Lamentations already told you. Because we have borne the sins of our fathers. That's why. But let's let the scriptures answer the question. Why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? Why do we not have these people in subjection right now? Why? Because it's all prophecy. They had to fulfill their lot of ruling this earth in wickedness. so we would know how not to rule this place. But let's get the answer according to Scripture. Why we don't possess an inheritance with the world? Let's go to Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah. Bear with me. Jeremiah 5:25, straight to the point.
How the hell are you only paying $75 a month for car insurance?
I downloaded a new app.
You fucking bitch. Slovakia. Why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? Why? Why don't we have, why everything ain't in our hands right now? This is why. You're in Jeremiah 5:25. Your iniquities have turned away these things, and your sins have withholden good things from you. That's why. Because what did Lamentations say? What did Lamentations say? Let's go back to it. Lamentations 5:7. What did it say? Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have borne their iniquities. So why is these servants that you're supposed to be ruling over is ruling over you? That's why. Why do you not possess an inheritance with the world that was created for your sakes? This is why. So you mean to tell me you want to stay like this? No, I want to come out of this shit, and I want to come into my righteous estate, what I'm supposed to be like, and what I'm supposed to have. That's what I want. Man, our people, they are simple. But let me read these other scriptures, because what is these people position when we get our kingdom? What is their position? Let's get into them. Bear with me. Let's get it. Psalms 2:8. And I'm going to try to make it snappy and hit the points on this. Psalms 2:8. I'm going to start at 7. Matter of fact, I'll start at 6. Slovakia. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua has said unto me, Thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance, and the utmost parts of the earth for thy possession. So what are you going to say? What Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, you going to say? What did he say? He said, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance. Why? Because the earth is our inheritance and everything in it. That's why. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance, and the utmost parts of the earth for thy possession. They belong to us. But you have these simple, bird-brained, stupid, suit and tie wearing ass people. I'm going to try to keep it clean. They don't want this. They want to continue being people servants. They don't want to be served. That's a damn shame. Let's go to Revelations. Let's get it. Revelations 2. And I'm going to start at 25. But that which ye have already. Revelations 2:25-27. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. What we have right now, this faith, this truth, and this truth of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is who we are and what we're supposed to be doing, and our belief. That's what we have, and we're going to hold fast. We're going to endure until Yahushua come. Revelations 2:26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I have received, Slakia, even as I received of my Father. So what he's saying? He received the kingdom. He's sharing that with his people, with his hopeful elect, those that return back to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. He gonna place it in your hands. It's been placed in his hands. He gonna place it in yours. You don't want that? Man, you don't understand that these people was created to serve us. But through our fuck up and our disobedience, we had to learn what we had to been shown what their job was for us. Why? Because you wind up having to be their servant. Just to show you what you missed out on, or what you missing on. Return back to me, and all shall be thine. We have to return back to our power, man. Through our big brother Yahushua. And everything gonna be put right back in its rightful order. Let's go to the next one. Amos 9. And I'm gonna start at 11. But the point is 12. Amos 9, 11, and 12. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess, what? That they may possess the remnant of Edom, and of all the heathen. It said the remnant of Edom, Slakia, and of all the heathen. The remnant of these Edomites that's going to be left over after most of them be destroyed. All of them is not going to be destroyed. Because if that's the case, how they going to fulfill the judgment of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua of going into captivity? So all of them ain't going to be destroyed, and ain't nobody said that all of them is going to be killed out, and the only people going to be dwelling in the kingdom is just us. No, we're going to have servants also dwelling in the kingdom. But it's a difference. We going to be the rulers, they're going to be the servants. It's simple. But most of these people don't want that, because they're under some false doctrine of thinking that everybody, heathens and us, go be walking hand in hand in the kingdom. I'm going to hold my tongue, because I want to keep it clean. Let's read it again. Amos 9 and 12. That they may possess the remnant of Edom, and of all the heathen which are called by my name, said Yahweh that doeth this. So who gonna possess the remnant of Edom, and of all the heathen? Who gonna do that? Those that are called by his name. Who's called by his name? We are. Not no heathens. We are. Let's move on to the next. Because they ain't going to be living it up in the kingdom. They going to be living it down in our kingdom. Let's go to the next one. Joel 3 and verse 4. And this is talking about all the heathen. Edom and all the heathen. Joel 3 and verse 4. Yea. Matter of fact, I'll start at, I want to read it all because it's all beautiful, but I'll start at 3. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Yea, and what had ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly and pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Yasharal have ye sold unto the Grecian, meaning Edomites, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the places whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah. Meaning what? Let's read that again. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Yahweh, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for Yahweh have spoken it. So what he say he gonna do? Man, they going into captivity. So these heathens, they got a place in the kingdom, but it's not your place. Their place in our kingdom is gonna be in their place as servants. Why? Because in their kingdom, what is you? What are we? Servants in their kingdom. We've been servants in these damn devils' kingdom. But in the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, they're going to serve us how they was created to do. Let's go to the next one. Let's grab Isaiah. Isaiah 14. The point is 2, but I'm going to start at 1. Isaiah 14 and 1. The point is 2. For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and will set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people, Israelites, shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel, Yasharallah, shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids, slaves. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Does that sound like equality in the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua? No. You will have an upper class and you will have a lower of the low class. And that's these heathens that's going to be at the lower of the low class. And we're going to be the upper class. Why? Because within their kingdom of these devils, we are the lower of the low class. Matter of fact, let me go grab that right quick, and then we can get back to this. Just a few more, but let me go grab this. Let me prove that. Let's go to Deuteronomy. That in their kingdom, we've been the lower of the low class. Deuteronomy 28 and matter of fact, I'll start at 41. Deuteronomy 28 and 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. All thy trees and fruit of the land shall the locusts consume, meaning our seed is going to be consumed by these damn devils. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. So what happened? In these wicked ass this kingdom of these heathens, we have been brought very low. We've been brought low to the lowest. So it's only right that in our kingdom, they gonna be brought low to the lowest. Period. Now let's get back to it. Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah 60. Because if the Most High destroy all these heathens, how they gonna fulfill this? They're not gonna fulfill this if he destroy them all. That's why it's the remnant of those ones that don't get destroyed. They going into captivity under Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua and the nation of Yasharallah. Isaiah 60. And I'm gonna start at 9. Surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of Yahweh thy power, and the Holy One of Israel, because he had glorified thee. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls. What? And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night. Day nor night. That men may bring unto thee the forces, meaning the riches of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. So any nation say, oh, I'm not serving them. I don't give a fuck if they is the real Israelites. I don't give a fuck. I'm not serving them niggas. Any motherfucker motherfucker say that, your ass getting put to death. And you gonna come back and you gonna still serve. Period. But what is these heathens' position in the kingdom? Let's go to here. Isaiah 61 and verse 4. And they shall build the old wastes. They shall raise up the former desolations, and they shall repair the waste cities, the desolation of many generations. And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. So that dude clearly don't know what he's talking about. He just a suit and tie wearing ass nigga that the Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua go destroy him. Period. Let's get a couple of more and I'm gonna end it off, Yasharala. Let's go to Zephaniah. Let's go to Zephaniah 2 and 9. Man, I'm gonna end it off. Zephaniah 2 and 9, straight to the point. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the power of Israel, surely Moab, a heathen, surely Moab shall be as Sodom, and the children of Ammon, another heathens, also, and the children of Ammon as Gomorrah, even the breeding of nettles and salt pits, and a perpetual desolation. The residue of my people shall spoil them, and the remnant of my people shall possess them. When? In the kingdom. We go possess them. It's going back to its rightful order. So what is that dumb dude talking about, man? You want to be truthful? He literally an unbeliever. He proclaiming and trying to act like he a believer. That dude is an unbeliever. Period. Anybody that telling you they oppressors gonna be ruling side by side with them in the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, he is an unbeliever. Period. He's an infidel. Let's finish it off with this one. Because what are they kings gonna be brought with? Let's read it. Let's find out what their kings gonna be brought with. And I'm gonna end it off with this one. Psalms 149 and verse 6 to 9. Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen, and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains. What? To bind their kings with chains, and their nobles with fetters of iron. So how is they kings, meaning they rulers, those that was ruling in this kingdom, how is they being brought into our kingdom to serve us? How is they being brought? Let me read it again. Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen, and punishments upon the people, to bind, meaning to tie them down, to bound them. What? To bind their kings with chains, and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahweh. Call on Yahweh. Ba'Shem Yahushua. And so what's the judgment written? This is the judgment that's written. Let's grab these two. Matter of fact, let me just grab these two too. Because this is the judgment written. Revelations 13 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Let's get some more of that judgment that's written. One more and I'm going to end it off with this one. Let's get some more. Jeremiah 30 and verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thy adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. Call on him like Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Bashim Rakakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the big brother and the great millstone, and to the rest of the brothers on down that's teaching and preaching this truth of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Barakatham Yasharala, and to the Akim and Akwatim that's out there repenting. Shalom to you, Mashpaka. Shalom.